Hello everyone and welcome to the team DA's presentation about e-commerce and how does e-commerce shift customers' expectations. We'll try our best to answer this question while also telling you more about e-commerce, what is it, and what effect it has from the customers and the seller's point of view, while also explaining some terms and also talking about sustainability. Me and my team hope that you enjoy the presentation and learn something new. Enjoy!
So about e-commerce in general, e-commerce is selling products or services on online platforms. It is also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce and encompasses various other activities like internet banking, online transactions, ticket booking, paying your taxes, and etc. Products and services will become more easily discoverable, provides the users with wider scale of options to compare and select the best options. This allows startups, small businesses and large companies to sell their products at a larger scale and reach customers across the world for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It also defines the way companies are using the internet to do business in the way they think about logistics and marketing. E-commerce takes as many different forms as there are various ways to shop online channels. Few common business models of e-commerce are, example, business to business, business to consumer, consumer to consumer, or consumer to business. Some common methods of conducting e-commerce. M-commerce, known as mobile commerce, means that people are doing their product research and online shopping through their phones. Enterprise e-commerce is the buying and selling of products to large companies or organizations. And social media e-commerce, where social media can be used to attract new customers and used as a marketing tool.
I'm going to be talking about two different business models, which are very familiar for all of us. First, we have brick and mortar. Brick and mortar stands for an existing physical place of businesses like shops, and this term is used when the company possesses or leases, for example, retail shops, factory production facilities, or even warehouses for their operations. So they do not sell their products or services online. Then we have click and mortar. Click and mortar is a business model where companies has both operations online and offline. This means that the company has both a website and a physical store. Click and mortar is expanding sales to the online stores as well, which is going to give them much bigger platform for the product selling.
Hi, I'm Zora and I'm here to talk about e-commerce as a producer. E-commerce is also known as electronic commerce and is trading of goods and services online. E-commerce helps businesses expand its marketplace to national or even international markets. What impact does e-commerce have on a business model? And to analyze this, I've used the SWOT analysis. Some strengths are decreasing processing and transaction costs. It improves store accessibility, helps connect with consumers, and gives an overall good first impression. Unique advantages over store-bound competitors such as data collection, which can be used in marketing as a marketing tool. It also helps distributing and retrieving paper-based information and allows overall flexibility for stores and consumers. Some opportunities are that it's a growing market and it has huge marketing opportunities such as social media marketing. Some weaknesses are that it's very industry specific, so some products are easier sold online than others, for example, electronics and books over clothing, whereas the customers want to come and try before buying. It also lacks personal touch, so whereas you would go to a physical store, you would also get a physical salesperson and could interact with them. Some threats are that it has a real competition due to its easy entry. Basically, anyone can start an e-commerce store, and fraud and data concerns as it requires digital payments. So you are required to hand in over sensitive data payment details and addresses. It also has monopoly, and we can look at the example Amazon vs bookstores, whereas Amazon now sells almost all the books that certain bookstores have, and business is not booming as it used to, and they've had to close their stores. Yes, that was all. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Inka and I'm here to tell you about the e-commerce from the customer's point of view. So what does the e-commerce mean to customers? Well, for customers, e-commerce means a lot of things. For example, saving money and time, and this might be the most important one from this. And then, safe and convenient ways of shopping, wider range of products to choose from, adequate amount of information about the product or services, clear ways to compare prices between online stores, and constantly increasing customer expectations. And now a bit more about those increasing customer expectations. So, shifting customer expectations now, because the e-commerce and online shopping has become so easy, here are some things that customers are expecting from an online store. Data protection and privacy, also quick resolutions to complaints, and personalized experience and recommendations to customers. Then they're expecting special deals and offers, and nowadays also free shipping and easy product return policy, and returnings are also expected to be free. So, in general, a website that is easy to navigate, use, and understand in general will satisfy customers' e-commerce experience. Then, about some issues that the e-commerce customers might face when they're doing their online shopping. So, many customers have concerns about privacy and security, and this is connected to giving out personal information when you're shopping online. For example, credit and debit card information. Then there could be some problems with shipping, like delayed shipping or package getting lost, and issues with returnings. For example, issues with receiving the payment back to your bank account. And here is a picture that is an example of a B2C e-commerce circulation. And it starts from the customer visiting the online store and picking the products and offers, then making the payment. The next step is expedition, then it's time for delivery, and then it goes back to the customer. So this circulation starts and ends with the customer. Then we have one example of a e-commerce supply chain. And the first one here is a supplier, second one is a warehouse. Then it goes to the fulfillment center, where it goes to the carrier, and then lastly the customer receives their package.
Hello, my name is Erika, and today I'm going to talk to you about the sustainability versus e-commerce, or you could also say sustainability in e-commerce. So when you think about this topic, the first question coming to your mind could be, is e-commerce sustainable? Well, before we get into the topic, I have a small task for you. Imagine a situation where you are buying, let's say, a camera. Is it more sustainable for you to commute to the physical store or to buy it online? Well, keep this in mind, we'll come back to this later on. Now, my answer to the question, is e-commerce sustainable? Well, yes and no. It depends a lot of the point of view and also the situation itself. But I have gathered a few examples here, both positives and negatives about the sustainability of e-commercing. First positive side is the easy access for recycling through platforms. What this means is that e-commerce can facilitate the reuse and recycling of, for example, electronic devices and clothing by providing a convenient platform for consumers to buy and sell used goods, for example, Depop. It's basically a second-hand shop, but online, and what's more, it can also be international. The second thing is the promotion of sustainable brands. What this means is that e-commerce can provide a platform for sustainable brands to reach a wider audience and also increasing the awareness and promoting sustainable consumption practices. And lastly, the access to more detailed information about products. E-commerce can make it easier for consumers to access information about the environmental impacts of products, enabling them to make more informed purchasing decisions. And then to the negative side. Well, I asked you to think about the sustainability of buying a camera from a store or ordering online. Now, if you said that ordering it online is more sustainable, then here you are not looking at the big picture. Because an online store also is going to need warehousing for the inventory, it's going to need packaging, shipping, delivery, and all of that is going to cause even more emissions. Another thing to keep in mind is the energy usage, since e-commerce requires significant energy to power data centers, servers, and other electronic devices. And lastly, the main negative side, in my opinion, is the greenwashing. And what is greenwashing, you might ask? Greenwashing is a marketing tactic in which companies can make false claims about the environmental benefits of their products or services in order to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. In the context of e-commerce, greenwashing can take the form of companies claiming their products are so-called eco-friendly or sustainable or carbon neutral, anything like that, without proving any substantive evidence to support these claims. An example of this could be, let's say there's a big fashion company and they claim in their marketing that they are using recycled cotton for their clothes. While that may be true, but they are still also using third world countries on the side for the factories and paying almost zero wages to the employees. And all in all of these examples that I provided, they are only the tip of the iceberg here, in both positive and negative. Sustainability is a vast topic with a lot of information out there, but this presentation is just to give you the basic idea of sustainability in e-commerce world. Now, the next question is, how can e-commerce be sustainable? Well, like mentioned before, the access to information lets the customer make more informative and conscious buying decisions. In order to maximize the environmental benefits of e-commerce, it is important for e-commerce companies to adopt sustainable practices and for consumers to demand environmentally friendly products. Reusable or sustainable packaging is not hard to find, and it can bring value to the seller by using warehouse space more efficiently. Imagine an IKEA packaging here. There is little to no extra space in the packaging, making it more sustainable and also easier for the customer to handle and the seller to store. And again, like mentioned before, promotion can help sustainable brands to find a faster market and rocket their sales. By being transparent, it means that the company in question showcases their true numbers on, let's say, emissions or wages to the public without hiding any details. Companies can also be transparent about how they treat their employees, what materials they use, and how they are sourced, etc. MTO, this is a quote from Investopedia, make to order or made to order is a business production strategy that consumers to purchase products that are customized to their specifications. It is a manufacturing process in which the production of an item begins only after a confirmed customer order is received. What this does is that there is no surplus of products or any products ending up on the landfill just because they weren't sold. This is more sustainable, yet a little bit more expensive in cases. In conclusion, these were some of my examples of the sustainability options in the world of e-commerce, and I hoped you learned something. Let's make the world a better place by being sustainable. Thank you!